Revelation 1938. From the 4th of June 1941. Beginning, aim. Recognition, faith, humility. What was in the beginning is still and will remain in eternity. And what remains is divine, what is has moved far away from the divine, and what was can only have been divine again. But the human being who does not grasp this wisdom has neither contact with the primordial nor does he know about the final goal of all spiritual beings, yet he is in the midst of the presence which is distant from God and yet does not want to acknowledge him either. And therefore he must be led to recognition, he must learn to believe what cannot be proven to him. He must form his own image which will now more or less correspond to the truth. That there is a God who created and sustains everything is the first thing he has to believe, and this is also partly proven to him by the fact that he sees creation and its development and also knows that humanity is uninvolved in its emergence and existence. Consequently, believing in it will not be so difficult. It will be impossible for him to form an exact picture of the essence of the deity until he has unconsciously recognized God as a being who is powerful and wise by fulfilling his commandments. For only the person who affirms the lawgiver and grants him the right to give laws, who thus submits to him, will fulfill a commandment. Now he stands in the grace of God, which means that he now receives the strength from above to penetrate more deeply into the essence of the Godhead. He has broken the spell through submission, he has given freedom to the spirit within himself, for he has become humble, and he who lives in humility also lives in love. The spirit of arrogance is also the spirit of unkindness, but humble will only be he whose heart can feel love. And love brings him closer to God, and thus recognition will also always be easier. But now the human being also knows his outcome, for he knows that he is a created being of God. And at the same time his goal also becomes clear to him, he strives back to God in order to no longer separate himself from him in eternity. But present-day humanity is devoid of love and humility. In their self-conceit they think they are superior and exalted above the childlike faith in a God. And since they lack the simplest faith, it is not possible to guide people into realization, and thus they will never know their final goal and consequently not their task either. And earthly life no longer corresponds to the actual purpose. Thus God will take it away from people who oppose him and in their hearts they are rejecting no to the eternal deity. Interruption.